Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from James, and there's audio attached to this. It's fairly long, so here is his story. And I finished early, so I figured I might as well get this done. Hey, Ollie, thanks for your channel. It's been a tremendous help in understanding the narcissist behavior when being confronted with it firsthand. I am sharing my story so there is more content available for people to identify with, especially men. I have this audio plus many, many more. I started recording our conversations 2.5 years ago because the gaslighting was so heavy, I thought my mental state was slipping away. After the first few recordings, I could see all the lies and manipulations so clear. A brief story about us in the situation with this audio recording. Back in 1994, I was in the army stationed in Germany. We were 19, 20 at the time, and we hit it off real fast, soulmates. Then came time for me to leave, so we decided to keep in contact. Ultimately, long-distance relationships have low probability. We wrote each other all the time. This was before internet, so snail mail is all we had, and calling cards were way too expensive. We had some periods off and on communication because she would move, then I would move, and so on. At this point, we were not in a relationship anymore, but we kept in contact, hoping one day we'd be able to live in the same city and date again. Fast forward to 2009, after a 4-year break in communication since 2005, I found her on Facebook. We began to talk heavily, and I decided to fly her to Las Vegas with her son, who was 11, to see what America was like, in hopes they would like it and make a decision to move to America. They loved it, and the idea of moving from Germany to America was exciting. They visited 4 more times, and we finally made the decision to join as a family. We have all been living together in America since 2015. We have a child together who is now 3 and a stepson who is 18. The problem started after she got pregnant. We planned it and both wanted it, but since her getting pregnant, her attitude and personality changed fast, and I began being a victim of her abusive nature. The confrontation in this audio started because her son wanted to start learning to drive. I had borrowed my parents' car, which was a sedan, because my wife refuses to drive my pickup truck because she's scared of it. She is also a stay-at-home mom, so she needs transportation while I'm at work, so that's why I got my folks' car. She wanted to let her son drive the car with her because she has a fear of driving in America. I told her I was uncomfortable with that scenario until he could get his learner's permit, and I could take him out a few times myself. Somehow me saying I was uncomfortable with him driving like that with her was threatening to her, and she opened up a can of whoop-ass as usual, more vicious than normal. I received the normal, "You don't care about this family, I only care about myself and my biological son. I'm selfish, I've changed, I'm not the man she married," all the way to "I have mental issues." She rode me long and hard that day. I begged her to stop droning and ranting. She went in even deeper. I tried to leave the house and she took my keys and blocked the door. After that, I smashed an empty Arizona gallon tea bottle under my fist as hard as I could tree sometime screaming, "Shut up." Victory for her as usual. So now she had her platform of being a victim, so she threatened me to leave and never come back. And while I was gone, she said she was going to book a one-way flight back to Germany and take our biological son away and leave her other son here with his dad. But that's another story. Wait, she has a son with another American? Dude, she's just trolling you she just trolled you for marriage and another American. She already has a son that's with an American dude. I went and stayed at my folks' house for 2 days and came back home, and that's where the audio picks up. This audio is from 2017. I have more current ones to share if you'd like. I have since left the house and living with my parents until further notice. Can't be in the same room with her anymore. Now she's trying to block me from seeing my son. How evil can someone be? Well, I'm curious of what you make of the audio. Thanks, James.
hole in the wall was one thing. There was no reason in this fucking world for you, under any circumstances, to do what you did. Your face was full of hate. Your face was full of hate. And imagining my baby would have been there, and we had situations where you had Jaden on your arm, and you were psychologically flipping out, where I was thinking to myself, what's wrong with this guy? What the hell? I may be the trigger in certain moments, but the issue subconsciously is yours, that is manifested deep in your psyche. And whenever something does not suit your expectations, you flip out. I am scared from now on. I don't know what to say, how to say, if I'm allowed to say it. I'm having, my heart has beats of 500 at that time, because I'm scared of you. Not that you will physically do me something. This is a different kind of scariness. It makes me nervous. It gives me a high blood pressure, and I do not know.
This is a woman who's prepping you for pain, dude. And this is 2017. She's prepping you for a divorce. That's what this is. This is all so she's afraid of you, so she can flee the country with your child. This is what this is.
How to deal with you anymore. I don't, because the good Lord and you know that what you did was so wrong, like there is no more.
Because you were uncomfortable with her son driving with her without a learner's permit. Okay.
Wrong in this world, and you know that. And then I go in the room, and you have the fucking nerves to tell me, after you hyped me up, that I need to chill when you brought my blood pressure to 500, and I did not wanted you to leave.
That's hyperbole. How does she know what she took her own blood pressure? You took your own blood pressure? Really? See, this is the histrionic behavior that they pull when they're prepping you for divorce pain. How do that doesn't even mean to 500 what? You got a systolic and diastolic. There's two numbers. What's 500? What is that fucking? That doesn't even mean anything. That doesn't even mean anything. What does that mean? What, do you have a blood pressure cuff and a stethoscope? You took your fucking, what did you do? Don't get sucked up by the fucking narc's hyperbole.
Like you always did, and we had an agreement that you will not take that piece of paper, only if it escalates like it used to. But it was nothing close like that. Nothing. In moments where I tell you I am stressed, and I am telling you with that baby, you need to support me. You are a family father.
She's stressed, but she's a stay-at-home mom. You're trying to get her a car, right? But she's stressed. What's the cause of stress exactly?
A father, and a husband, and under no circumstances a father all the time, whenever it meets whenever something does not work the way he wants it, because he has issues and he does not know how to deal and handle the situation, gets the fuck out. And every woman would have said that. If another woman saw that face on you, every woman would told you to get the fuck out.
More hyperbole. Every woman would have, really. She's prepping you, man. This is prepping you for a restraining order, for a divorce. This is what's going on.
Out of her life. Because that is violent, that is abusive, and that is scary. I have to think about both of my children, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you, but you have that issue that carry you with yourself in a long time. That's maybe why you are so silent. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why you are lonely. And I'm really assuming that you have that dreaming version of the ADD. There's the hyperactivity people, and they are the ones who are dreamers. And I am very convinced that you have that. And plus, you were drinking that tequila, like even as if it is water in the morning. And I'm thinking that this is another trigger. Tequila, just drinking tequila by itself, how can it not make a person aggressive inside? And then you sample all these normal daily day things.
All right, we haven't heard James talk yet, so if you're drinking tequila in the morning, that's a problem, man.
And routine things in life that mothers get upset, mothers yell, mothers do this. And I sent you a link where I wanted to know for myself if there are other men in this world punching walls or destroying things. And every woman, a lot of them said it's a definitely no-go under any, because it's not adult-like, and it is absolutely a no-go. It's a red flag. That's what they call it, a red flag. If a man does not...
This girl's on this woman's already been on Narcissism blogs, at least. But if you're going around drinking tequila in the morning, punching walls, like whether she's pushing your buttons or like you can't. If you're destroying your own property, you're never going to win. You're never, ever, ever going to win out on that. Ever.
Have his emotions under control. I would never be able. I could be as upset as I want. You will never, ever see me. Shit like that scares the hell out of me. And it scares the shit out of me, and I would never be able to break anything. And I have a lot of reasons to be mad. A lot of reasons, okay? And I am telling you telling me, I called you yesterday. You excluded me of your father's birthday that I was looking for to spend with him. You excluded Lucas from your father's birthday, and you excluded his grandchild from his birthday. On top of it, I called your father. He ignored the phone call. At 6:30, I tried to reach you because I was assuming that a husband...
How does she know who ignored what? See, she has an entitlement. She has the entitlements with her. You could see it.
And a father would come home, at least talking to me and asking for his child. Because if you don't ask for me and for Lucas, ask for your child, because that means responsibility. You did none of it. You just took the opportunity. Fuck you, woman. I do the hell what I want to do, and I will not be a part of this anymore. Okay? I decided for myself, no matter what I feel for this family, no matter what I have been trying, you will never see it. Whenever there is something, and there was nothing except me asking, after you said, an adult person would understand why I'm uncomfortable. I just asked, and then I brought up this trust thing, and you flipped out.
Is she this thick in the head that she doesn't understand that you don't have an unlicensed, unexperienced driver drive a fucking car in the United States? Is she that? Well, if she's German, she might be. Because this is the hard-headedness of Germans, of especially German women. She sounds a lot like my father's, without the accent, the tone and the cadence of her voice sounds exactly like my Aunt Adrienne. Exactly like everything she says is law. Now, if you were 1920 and 94, I would imagine you're both in your 40s. She doesn't understand this. You don't have an 18-year-old. You're going to put your son in that position. What the fuck is wrong with her? He has no license, no learner's permit, no experience, and she wants him to drive the fucking car? What's wrong with her? Now, she's pissed because I guess you left the house for a few days. See, now I can understand where you're punching shit, because if you're listening to this idiocy that she's trying to make a stand and die on this hill like my unlicensed, unexperienced 18-year-old son, who I don't even know how long he has. Obviously, he's not that familiar with the United States because they moved here, right? Gosh, sounds like Adrian.
You flipped out. It was nothing like the past, because I am working on myself. And you know what? It is not me. I am not the problem. You have a problem, and and certain things that I say may be the trigger for it, but I am not, for the sake of my baby.
No, your ignorance and arrogance and entitlement is the trigger for it. It's not even that she's so ignorant. It's she's arrogant and ignorant and entitled. That's what you're dealing with, James. That's what you're dealing with. Because like I've said in the past, my father's sister is probably one of the dumbest women you would ever want to talk to in your life. But yet, this is how she is. She speaks with arrogance, ignorance, and entitlement. That's why she's your trigger. But you can't lash out and be drinking. Listen, I haven't even heard you utter a word yet. So let's see if this is addressed.
And my child, because I do not know what will happen next. Maybe you will punch me in the face. Maybe we have 3 weapons in this house. You will come and shoot me with it because you get out of control.
This is the prep for the divorce. I'm scared. The restraining order. The whole 9 yards. But she said earlier she doesn't think you'd hit her, not physical.
Scared of that. Imagining Jaden was here, that baby is emotionally distracted. Okay? How will what do you think when he was like 2 or 3? He would ask, Mommy, where's Daddy? Oh, he's gone. Why? Because he cannot deal with us and with the situation, or with me. It's just so easy to escape and to give up and to capitulieren and just leave. He just left. What do you think that's going to do to that little baby? He's not a little baby anymore. He understands everything.
Oh, and the one other point, as she's going on about the baby, because this is still about her son not being able to drive unlicensed. It's illegal. It's a crime.
How do you think he felt not seeing his father since Friday, 5 o'clock? How do you think that must be for him?
Not easy.
And today you won't see him either. The earliest time you will see him is maybe tomorrow morning when you wake up. How do you think that will make this baby? If you don't think about anything else, why don't you? And that is where I know that you fail.
You care so much about your baby, right? That you're going to have your unlicensed, unexperienced, unpermitted 18-year-old son who was born in Germany drive you and your other child around. That's her level of fucking concern, right? Arrogance, ignorance, entitlement. That's her.
You do not give a shit. You block, you just think about yourself, and you do what's good for you. You leave everything behind you. And that's what I was asking you with our conversation.
Again, this chick thinks she's on the high road here. She thinks she's on her high horse because she triggered a fight because he didn't want her unlicensed, unpermitted, unexperienced 18-year-old son born in another country to drive her and his young child around. Oh, wait a minute. In his parents' car. That's what this is all about? That's what this is all about. Okay? Makes sense, huh?
Don't do that to me.
She's been talking for 7 minutes and 25 seconds straight. He hasn't said a word. A word. Nothing. 7 minutes, 25 seconds straight.
Don't expect me to live a life where I'm talking after your mouth. You are you and I am me. If I am the one doing all the work, I have a fucking right to say that I am stressed. And if my husband is not able to support me...
I have a right. I have a right. I have a right. That's the problem. Yeah. I have a right. What is she contributing to this marriage? Exactly. She has an 11-year-old with another American guy, huh? But in that time, that 11-year-old falls in, obviously post-1994 and all, when she's just trying to find an American dude, man.
Even if it's not physically, mentally with it. I do not need to be together with this man because I do not have any benefit, okay? I try to solve your problems. I asked Rolf to give me this money and to cut it off the money that I get from Lucas because he's not going to give it to me for free. He will not want it back from you, but from me. I do everything to do everything possible. And then you tell me that you put effort, and on purpose I ask you, what kind of effort do you put in this relationship? And then you give me things like, oh, I'm asking you if you want a tea, you know what?
When does he get a chance? He hasn't opened his mouth in 8 minutes and 20 seconds. He hasn't said a word. I can't figure out why, James, you gotta leave the house for days on end. I can't figure out when she has and she hasn't taken a breath. There's been no break in any of this. Holy shit. I mean, I get it. No wonder you can't punch walls, dude. You can't break your shit. If you just leave, I get it. 8 minutes and 20 seconds and she hasn't fucking taken a break. He hasn't said a word. We don't even know what his fucking voice sounds like yet. I'm assuming you're on here somewhere, James. I hope.
That's BS. Every man asks his wife. These are normal things. You know what effort means? Action. Action. Okay? Opening up. Showing what the other person means to them. Not just like, oh, when you are good and shut up, I will be willing to give you a hug. It's not going to work like that for me anymore. I live without
Who would want to hug this? You want a hug? This is what it is. This is what it comes home to. Eight minutes and 45 seconds.
Life since almost 2 years, and even people who do not share the same room. I gave you a lot of moments as a wife, as a beautiful wife, a lot of moments where you as a man who desired, and even if it was just from the sexual aspect, you are a man, you had a lot of chances to show me what kind of woman I am and what... You had a lot
to show me. What a fucking pedestal she puts herself on, huh? Boy, she has a fucking high opinion of herself, doesn't she? Doesn't she? What has she done to earn it? Because she's fucking ignorant. Ignorant arrogance. Well, I guess we know where she gets her arrogance and her entitlement from. And why she's able to get away with her ignorance.
What it means to you to want that woman. We had a lot. But you're not, I don't know if you do.
Look at the way she says you're like, it's just with such fucking disdain, man.
That on purpose, or if this is just your personality. Me living without passion, without intimacy, and without sex caused me, and I'm trying to fight it, bitterness. I am a woman. I need that, and this doesn't have.
Can you shut up long enough to fucking get? Maybe if you could shut your mouth for fucking 30 seconds, he'd be able to fucking stick it in. Holy shit. I get it, James. I get why you don't want to be anywhere. Because you never really knew her in the first place. You had no idea. That's why this long distance shit doesn't work. Especially like German women, they hone in on military guys in Germany. They just do. They're fucking vultures. They're vultures, man. And you never knew who she was. And now you're finding out.
Anything to do with having sex. I need those moments where my husband gives me the feeling that I'm fucking important to him. Hold my hands, and we had a lot of moments in life, and you never did it. And when you did it, it was only when you felt like, oh, today she behaved and I may be able to give her a hug. It's not going to work like that for me anymore. And I'm telling you, as soon as you left this house, I felt good. I felt good.
So what are you bitching about?
Yesterday. I mean, the baby is whiny, yes. But you will not do this to the baby, to me, or to Lucas anymore in your...
Do what to the baby? It's all about you. It's all about her. She don't give a shit about that baby. She really doesn't. She really doesn't. 10 minutes straight. 10. There's been no breaks. There's been no uncomfortable silence. She hasn't missed. There hasn't been a second's break, 1 second break in her. Not one. And I think this thing goes on for 42 minutes.
Life. You either go to a therapist and tell him your problems, because I tried everything. What I do is nothing. Nothing. Okay? Nothing. Nothing. You are unable.
I heard him clear his throat, so he's there. He hasn't.
With a normal life, you are overwhelmed with a family life, and I'm really thinking deep inside that you have big problems, and I'm just the trigger for it. But I am not the reason for your problem. I'm not, because I.
Yeah, it is. Your ignorance, your arrogance, and your entitlement is exactly the problem. It's exactly the problem.
In every direction. 14 days long, I tried to shut up. I tried to change. And I don't have to change because I'm an awesome person. Everything bases on each other.
I don't have to change because I'm an awesome person. That's not an arrogant statement. Or entitled at all, right? I'm completely off on this one, right? I'm just a misogynist.
To me, I'm good to you. If you shut the fuck up, it annoys the shit out of me, okay? If I see that I do not get the right support as a family father, I mean, and you don't want to be compared, but sorry, I have to. Because what I see out there with other people on a daily basis, it is something different. It is something different. And I have to tell you something else. I do not have a good feeling when I leave Jaden with you alone. I don't. And I told you that in the past. And I told you, show me. The best thing was I go, and I have to do this now. If you call this renting, I do not give a fucking shit. Because this is about my life and the life of my children. If you do not find out for yourself immediately what you want, which direction you want to be, and get rid of your problem that you have deep inside, I am, with every consequence in this world, I am going to leave. And I am telling you, as you can have as much time as you want. I did not have a problem with you running to mommy and daddy and spending time with them and talking badly about me. I'm used to that already. You can do that. Okay? I called your father. He would not even respond my phone call.
You want to know why she wants you to go to therapy and not like couples therapy? Because she's terrified that she's going to get blown up in the therapist's office. Because she's not going to be able to shut the fuck up and let you get a word in edgewise. She's not going to, because she can't help herself. She's awesome. She's awesome. She told you. She told us all.
And then on top of that, I would have expected him to say, you know what, you have a car. Come and celebrate my day with me, with my grandchild. It was only, and purposely I said, I'm hoping that you're having a great time with your family, because I am not your family's family. I feel excluded in everything, okay? That's another thing. I do not want that anymore. You pack your stuff, take everything that you need, and be aware of the situation, because it is you are a ticking bomb, okay? You are a ticking bomb. And imagine, nothing happened. There are people who take drugs and they don't even do that. I mean, it scared the shit out of me, okay? And it changes my perspective about you, because I do not know. I always ask myself, Tina, are you able to be in a bad mood now because of this and that? Are you able to tell him that? Are you able to tell him your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, whatever? Are you able?
Am I able to tell him my thoughts, my feelings, and emotions, you know? Because obviously James is not a fucking good listener, as she has fucking rattled on and rambled on for 13 minutes and 23 straight seconds. So far. The absurdity of it, for her to sit there like I'm not listened to for 13 minutes straight. Holy shit.
To be stressed. And even if I leave it out of my husband, that's why you have each other, okay? In good and in bad times. And if he fucking flips out like that for nothing, one day I'm gonna be fucking dead or injured or whatever. I don't want that. Okay, I don't want that. Your face was full of hate. And until you find out for yourself.
Can't imagine why his face might have been gee. Because this doesn't stop. This is what she does. Until she breaks him. This is what she does.
Where you are and what you want, and get some help. Take a pill to open up or whatever. I will be out of your life, because I will not. Otherwise I will die early. I will die early. And dying doesn't mean like literally die. Every day. That is a big torture for me. Every day. I cannot do this anymore.
Is she done?
And this is the only thing that I have to say. I cannot do this anymore. With what kind of feeling you go to your father's house? What did you tell him? Oh, Tina provoked me and she asked me why I don't trust in Luke, why you don't trust in Lucas, and then I fucking flipped out, and before this thing with Jaden happened, you know what? That's funny. Your sister...
Because he's unlicensed, doesn't have a permit, unexperienced, and it's not even his car. It's not even your husband's car. It's someone else. What a fucking entitled, spoiled, ignorant fucking woman. Like, what an asshole. And she went on and on and on before James left, on and on and on and on about something that is a fucking crime. And she's still continuing to go on and on and on about something that is a crime, that it could get somebody killed, innocent people killed. What do you think, your insurance company is going to fucking cover that? Holy shit.
It doesn't even take you serious anymore. One day nobody will take you serious anymore, because regularly your father may think, who cares? He's coming. Let him stay 2 days, and then they get back together. Yeah. Son has to run to daddy because he needs the time off.
It's even worse for a son to see his mother fucking drone on and on and on and on like a fucking psycho. She's going to turn your son into a friggin' son husband. That's what's going to happen.
I'm out because I am dealing with all this stress in this house, okay? I am trying to keep, what do you always say? There is nothing to do in this house. You know why there's nothing to do? Because I keep it fucking clean. okay? I keep it that way. Otherwise, it would be a mess, okay?
You don't work. You're a housewife. That's your job. Congratulations, you're doing your job. Is he doing his job by going to work, bringing the money, providing?
4 people living in this house. I try to do my fucking best. Everything possible. You know, I don't even complain that my husband doesn't get me out anymore and tell me, hey, $20 thing, buy a gift card, let's just have a dinner together, but I'm gonna pay. And it's not about the payment, it's about the fact that my husband will show me that I am important to him. Okay, I pay my drinks myself, I do groceries myself, I pay Jaden's things myself, I do everything. So what is my benefit as a feeling, as a woman? What? I mean, what? Tell me, let me know. And before, in the past, when we just came here, it worked out, and you had the same amount of money monthly, and the same amount of bills. Nothing has changed. Do I have to assume that you have a gambling problem? That's why you come home late? I mean, everything is possible. And a woman in my situation...
She just wants the money. She just wants your money. She just wants your money. That's all she's concerned about, is her entitlement. She's a little fucking brat. She's a spoiled German brat.
Is thinking. She's thinking to herself, what is wrong with this man? Now that we were getting along, you were off at 4, you were suddenly here at 4:20. And it was no 2-hour traffic, it was possible, right? So something is going on with you. I don't know what it is, and you don't have to share it with me, but you have to make sure that you get rid of it, okay? If you don't change, your life itself will change you. And I changed to a point where you cannot even imagine. Everything is in reverse, giving and taking. You only take, you don't give shit. And this caused a big disbalance in my emotions and in my thoughts. I don't want that anymore. I want to receive the same things in every way as I'm willing to give. And if you have a problem with that, I told you months before, sit down with me, look me in the face and say, Tina, you know what? I'm done with you. I don't want you anymore, and I won't even ask for the reasons. Because the reason would not be me, the reason would be deep inside of you, because you are overwhelmed with all of us, with the family thing.
She knows how awful she is. This is why she needs to put this ball on you. And she's trying to put it in your... She knows she's fucking awful. She knows it.
With the marriage thing, with the father role, with everything. But tell me, I told you, I gave you solutions. Tell me in my face, and I will say, you know what? From now on, we will be the best friends. I will respect you until we both find an adequate solution for us and for everybody. But this, having outbreaks like that regularly, punching the walls, destroying a hard plastic Arizona bottle means a lot of anger issue.
Oh, bullshit. What, you smashed a plastic bottle with your fist? Come on, man. After listening, she's gone on now for 18 straight minutes. 18 straight minutes.
A lot. And the look in your face scared the
She hasn't even asked him if he has anything to say. Nothing.
shit out of me. You are not that handsome, sweet little boy from the neighborhood. I always say, silent waters are deep and dirty. And you are. That's why you are that way. You have never lived with a woman together. Never. With roommates, with men, and that's it. They had a couple of sick girlfriends, and they got rid of you. Because they thought that you were not willing to give them what they want. And since ever then, you lived your fucking life all by yourself. You do not have a clue what it means to be a father and in a husband.
She's awful. She
And if I
is
tell you things that you
awful.
don't like, you fucking flip out. And if you don't flip out immediately, you sample them and collect them for yourselves, and then it's just a little moment where you don't like something, and that's a trigger for your behavior. I will not deal with this anymore. And you can tell me after this whatever you want. I will not care anymore, because I know for my part, and the good Lord and my dead father is my evidence, I did everything to try to please you. You tell me you don't need a mother, you don't need somebody to cook and wash for you, fine, I don't do it anymore. You say you want a woman to spend time with, fine. You have the time, you just sit here and won't even talk. As a movie, I try to have a little bit of a conversation in between, just to make the thing a little bit more, you know.
Oh, she's talking through fucking movies. She can't shut up. She can't shut up. She can't shut up. She can't stop fucking talking. And it is to verbally break you. She won't even shut up when you're trying to watch a fucking movie. And now she's gonna turn it on you.
Won't say a word. Won't respond to anything.
I'm trying to make it more interesting. You're not so fucking, you think she's so, remember, I'm awesome. I'm awesome. I'm awesome, so everything I do is fucking awesome. What an entitled, ignorant, arrogant asshole. She's an asshole. Just like my aunt, a fucking asshole.
You just sit there, and do you think that is spending time? You take me out on a Thursday.
Oh, she's fucking awful.
Put money in the machine. You do your thing, I do my thing. Is that spending quality time? Is that? For me, no. No. It did not please me whatsoever. But you know what? I rather had that with my husband than nothing at all. But then when I ask you, no, why should I go with you? There's no necessity. But especially these little things are the important things. You go and buy things for your child together. Hey, look at that. Hey, look at that. No, what does he do? He's gone. He's gone. And I have to find him in the fucking store, and it annoys the shit out of me. And then I have to call him. Where are you? I don't want that anymore. To me, that is BS, the biggest BS in the fucking world. People, when I look around me, people do their groceries together with joy. With joy.
So now she wants you to go grocery shopping with her? What does she want to do? What is she fucking responsible for that she has no complaint doing? What? Nothing.
They laugh, they giggle, they put stuff in the car. They have comment, and this is what I used to be.
God.
But here, you just go, buy, cash, go home. This is not the way I want to spend my life with.
What does she want to? What does she want to live in a Lifetime movie?
Do you have anything to say to that? And you should.
At the moment, no.
You see, and that's.
Why would you after 21 minutes, nearly 22 minutes straight of that? What is there to say? Because he's been listening to this shit for however long they've been together.
The thing, you never have to say anything, because as long as you think that you are always right in what you do, you will always fail.
Because there's no reason to argue with this.
I do not say that I'm perfect. Nobody is, and nobody will ever be. Only the good Lord. But I admit my things, but that does not mean that you have the right to fucking behave the way you did on top. And then on top of it, leave since Friday night and come home Sunday morning. Don't you have a little bit of a feeling for your child? And you didn't have to come home. You told me yesterday, can I call you later? You fooled me like you do all the time. And then I was so desperate that I had to call your father. And I know that he did not want to answer either.
Oh my God.
And he told
she
me...
doesn't, because you can't get rid of her. She won't leave you the fuck alone. You just want this to stop. You just want it to stop. And she'll go chase down your father. And she is fucking awful. She's awful.
He is upstairs, which was a lie too. Because I am very convinced that you told him that you didn't want to talk to me.
Oh, you psycho.
Do you think a husband, a responsible husband, does shit like that? Huh? Do you think that? I would never, ever in my life just disappear for 2 days and not give out any message. And on top of it, the disrespectful thing of not answering or reacting, this ignorance. How bad must you be inside that you are able to be that way?
Yeah. She knows she's ignorant. She knows she's ignorant. She knows she's arrogant. She knows she's fucking entitled. I know why you disappeared for 2 days, because who could fucking listen? Listen, this is 42 minutes. Could you imagine listening to this for hours on end? Hours every fucking day. She doesn't stop. Because why? Because he didn't want her unlicensed, unpermitted, unexperienced son driving her and his youngest child around in a country they're not all that familiar with, in someone else's car.
I could hate you at that moment and I would still not be able, because hate is a feeling of unfulfilled love. I would never do that. And how can you say, in that fucking world, that shit that's going on, it's 11 o'clock at night, well, just go. My 17-year-old son has more responsibility, who said, my mother is not going anywhere. And he knows why.
17. But yeah, she can drive me around unlicensed in your father's car. What?
Hey, but you, I don't know what kind of world you live in. I don't even want to call it La La Land anymore. It's like...
You're in La La
completely
Land.
done.
Okay.
You are... you know what I wonder? How you made it all these 44 fucking years.
I can't.
How did you go through fucking life?
This woman is fucking awful.
But then you had it easy, yeah? I mean, living with men as roommates with a person like Jay, I mean, this is not a big challenging thing. Going to bed whenever you want and getting up and going to work and coming back is not a big thing. But life is different now. And you had a choice to have it differently. You did not. I was not obligated to come here. I trusted you because I saw in you the same person as myself, eye to eye. The same passionate person, the same loving and caring and responsible person over the phone for years before this transition took place. And now look what. And you can tell me whatever you want. A person is a person, and a person after their 40s will never change. You can adapt positive or negative habits, but you are what you are, and you are what you are. I was always that person. Remember when Gianluca was there and we did that arrow thing? I was a fucking bitch because I didn't want it, or something happened, and I was the same way. There is not a bit difference. I am, and then after that it's over, and I'm the lovey-dovey person again. I can, 5 minutes and it's done.
I don't even
but
know what she's talking
you
about.
build stones on top of everything and you make it bigger and bigger and bigger. You will never let go of that issue. You will carry it with you for month and month and month, and then I wonder, why is this man not able to give me a hug? Or, of course not, because you dig in that.
I'd want to hug you, right? This is what you want to hug.
Fucking dirt. You build everything on top that happens, like a big castle. That day when it's removed, it's removed. Okay? And this is your inability. You cannot do that. I don't know that all these words in English, nachtragend, there are people, even in friendships, they give up friendships for nothing because they say, oh, you hurt me so much. And they have a 20-year fucking good friendship and for nothing. They just give it up because they are nachtragend. I have to look up that word. Because they cannot let go of whatever. But you know what? These are the people who have issues with themselves. Deep in your subconscious, there's something that you need to solve. Because I don't want to be a part of it anymore.
Then go. Then go.
And I'm telling you, one day,
27 minutes.
There will be a point where I will say, I don't love you anymore. Because I'm a fighter. I always see the good. Always see the good. Always.
Because you're awesome, right?
I'm human. If you think that you're in the position to behave the way you do, and just close the door behind you when since ever Jaden is born, you do that. From now on, I'm done with this. I don't want to be a part of it anymore. And if it means, and I told you that solution before, I'm not an asshole. I want you to be
Oh, you're an asshole. You are an asshole.
Not just
probably one of the biggest ones I ever heard.
Like it because it's not going to be good. So you're going to see him tomorrow, and this boy is going to think, he's going to be distanced. He's going to be distanced, and it's and that's just normal behavior. And when he gets older, you will see that this boy will not be attached to you. And I'm telling you, he will not. I give you solutions. We have to stay married until I get my citizenship. Because I have responsibility for Lucas as well.
Of course, this is what it's all about. Of course, until I get my citizenship. What? Oh, fucking Christ, no wonder. She wants to make sure you don't disappear before she gets her fucking papers. Get the hell out of here. Oh, come on, James. James, she's fucking horrible. She's horrible.
This fucking school. I do not have a dime to go back, and I have to stay here. And as long as I have to stay here, we either get this thing together, and you fucking work on yourself as well, not just under conditions when I shut up. You have to work on yourself.
Not only where I shut, so we know she won't shut the fuck up. She just won't shut the fuck up. 28 minutes straight.
You need to change yourself. You need to bring action and effort into the relationship. And effort does not mean, hey, can I make you a tea or whatever. What did you tell me the other day? You don't need a mother, right? I don't need a father either. I need a husband. Okay? You don't need no mother that cooks and washes for you. I don't need a father. I need a fucking husband. Okay? That is able to open up and look over things and just let the five to be gerade, I don't know, straight, no right, no left, just see life. And whenever there's something that disturbs you, try to deal with it in a different way. Because do you know with how much crap I have to deal? Do you have any idea how difficult it is to deal with you? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about that? How difficult it is to deal with you? You are the most difficult person that I met a lot of people, a lot, even men, but you top everything. But the beauty of love is that you accept somebody that way. I never tried to change you, but you do. You tell me, you give me conditions. You either shut up or I get the fuck out of here. It's not gonna work like that anymore.
It better, James, you gotta get the fuck out. She's not gonna stop. This is never gonna stop. This is never gonna stop. And I'm I'm going to be very honest with you. You say you have more recordings. Don't send them to me, please. She's the worst fucking person I've ever heard. I don't need to hear another fucking recording of this woman ever again. She's that fucking bad. She will put you in a goddamn grave.
I have to deal with my shit the way I deal with your shit. Even if your shit may be a little bit more different than my shit, that's why we are two fucking different individuals. I'm not you, you're not me. But if there is a willingness to make this marriage going, and it's a sad thing after 2 years to say, you know what, we fucking failed. I have a beautiful child and I need support with this child 100%, because I told you I get married once and I'm never going to raise a child by myself. This is nothing new for you. And you had a choice to say, you know what, I get cold feet. I don't want it. And we had a lot of times where we were at the point where you told me in Germany, you know, we can skip this, you know, another year longer if the one of us is not ready. But I was. Otherwise, I would have found reasons to make it longer and not to come here. But you know what? Sometimes, who doesn't dare? Who, you know, wer nicht wagt, der nicht gewinnt. You will never win if you don't dare. There's a German figure of speech. You know, and I told myself, I mean, I just love this man, and I would have never seen all these things that are happening here right now. Never. Making issues where no issues are. Only because some person is stressed, maybe you show your stressless differently. You are the kind of person that just, you know, goes out, smokes all the time, goes in the room, does his music. I don't have all that. Because I'm with this baby all day long.
A fucking
I
child,
fucking
dude.
diaper 7 times a day. Okay? I bathe him, I change his clothes, I talk to him in 2 different languages,
You're
I
a
teach
housewife.
him. Everything that this boy knows is my success. Do you know how fucking hard that was? Because if I just let that boy grow, he will be a little, like, average.
Just so you know, James's profession is in music. So when she say he goes in the room and does his music, it's not a fucking hobby. It's his job. This ignorant, entitled, arrogant asshole. That's what she is. That's what she is.
Baby, why you did not respond the way you said you would to daddy, right? Why don't you just pack your stuff away from here, because I'm your problem.
I never
you
said that.
You have to go.
I never said that.
Why did you go then?
Because you told me to.
After what you did with the fucking bottle?
You told me to.
Every woman would. Do you think I'm going to stay here and say, oh, that was so nice?
After she's gone on and on and on and on for fucking hours because she won't let her 17-year-old unlicensed, unfucking permitted, unexperienced son drive her and her young child and his young child around in his parents' fucking car. So he fucking, after fucking hours of listening to this, he punched the goddamn bottle. I had to just jump ahead. I can't with this fucking woman, James. I can't. And there's nothing in there that I'm sure we're missing out on.
I was scared, okay? And I'm telling you the truth, I'm still scared of things that I wouldn't say.
No woman who's scared of a man would go on for 37 minutes straight telling him what a piece of shit asshole he is. Not happening. Not happening.
So tell me what you want me to do.
You have to do what's good for you, and I
Tell
think
me.
you showed me what's good.
I'm just asking for you to just stop making up stuff. Just tell me what you want me to
This is
do.
your psyche problem.
I'm asking a simple.
They went on for 37 fucking minutes. It's like, well, what do you want? Dude, she's a fucking child. She's ignorant. She's arrogant. She's entitled. She's a fucking asshole. She's a fucking asshole.
What do you do?
And see, now you're rearranging everything. You just said you had a solution, but you can't say what the solution
My
is.
solution was what we talked about.
Just tell me your solution,
My
please.
solution is living with my husband.
Just tell me your solution.
Taking care of that baby together.
Would you tell me your solution,
That is my
please?
solution.
What? What is it?
Living together in harmony.
But you said something about me going to my parents' house.
If
Now
this
you're
is
saying
what you
living
desire,
together.
like what you did on Friday.
I didn't say I desired anything. You're putting those words out in the open, not me. Okay? If I desired not to be here, I wouldn't be here right now.
You know that you have to go to work and then you have to put on the clothes.
I wouldn't be here right now, okay? If I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't be here right now.
James,
okay?
we had a good conversation 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And we had a good basis. And I want to work on these bases.
I am not in the mood to have these kind of back and forth conversations.
And this is what you did on Friday.
Okay, whatever. If there's anything...
And I would not
if
want
there's
to
anything,
look in the woman's face either after what you did. I would be ashamed.
Okay, I'm done.
I would be ashamed, honestly.
I'm done.
I would be ashamed.
That's enough.
And then you come home.
That's enough for me right now, okay?
After 3 days almost.
There is no
Sunday,
enough, James. There's never going to be. This is why. This is how holes get punched in walls. Oh, thank God. Ignorant, arrogant, entitled, asshole. That's her. That's her. She is a spoiled child. She is a spoiled fucking brat. And she's only in it for the fucking citizenship. I guess it didn't work with the first guy, right? She is. I'm having a hard time coming up with somebody I've dealt with on this channel or heard on this channel. I mean, there are. She's right up there, man. She's got to be top 5 worst people I ever listened to. Horrendous. Horrendous. And you're still with her? I mean, I would be shocked. I would be shocked. Like, this is only getting worse. So, she is setting you up for once she gets her citizenship to leave. And then it's going to be alimony, child support, everything she can get off of you. That's what's going on. Ignorant, arrogant, entitled, asshole. That's the best summary I can give you here, James. So, I know you have other recordings. I mean, unless they're different, like, she's horrible. So please, I mean, I hope to hear from you in writing form. But I never need to hear her voice again. Ever. So, but thank you so much for your contribution and your story and the audio. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.